let's say we are asked to figure out the cube roots of -1. So what do we do? Let's convert it into cos theta plus I sin theta to the power of 1 by 3. So here theta will be what? It will be pi, and here theta will be pi. Cos pi is -1, this is 0, so -1 plus 0 -1. So we end up with the equivalent expression. Now since this will only give us one value, we want three values. So what do? We say cos pi plus 2r pi plus I sin pi plus 2 pi r to the power of 1 by 3. Now we can get multiple values. So how many values we require? We require three values. So r will go from 0, 1 and 2. Now we apply De Mor's theorem. We get cos pi plus 2 pi r by 3 plus I sin pi plus 2 pi r by 3. Now it's a straightforward way of evaluating further. Just keep substituting r. So r, if it is 0, what do we get? We get cos pi by 3 plus I sin pi by 3, which is equal to cos pi by 3 is 1 by 2 plus I. So sin pi by 3 is root 3 by 2. So this is one of the roots of cube roots of -1. Now let's put 1. What do we get? We get cos pi plus 2 pi. So 3 pi by 3 plus I sin 3 pi by 3. So 3 cancels, 3 cancels, and we get cos pi plus I sin pi. Cos pi is -1, I sin pi is 0. So the second root is -1. Now let's put 2. Cos pi plus 2 times 2, since r is 2, so 4 pi. 4 plus 4 pi plus pi is equal to 5 pi by 3 plus I sin 5 pi by 3. Now this would be equal to what? Let's convert it into a reference angle. Okay, so let's subtract 5 pi by 3 minus 2 pi plus I sin 5 pi by 3 minus 2 pi. What do we get? We get cos 3 to 6, so minus pi by 3 plus I sin minus pi by 3. Now this would give us cos of minus x is cos x. So this will be cos pi by 3, and here sin minus x is going to be minus sin x. So minus I sin pi by 3, which is equal to cos pi by 3 is 1 by 2 minus root 3 by 2 I. So the roots are -1, 1 by 2 plus or minus root 3 I by 2. These are the three roots of -1. Okay, so here what did we do? We converted the expression which was giving us a single value into an expression which gives us multiple values by adding a multiple of 2 pi to the given angle. So let's look at it in a more general way. So we have cos theta plus I sin theta to the power of, say, p by q. Instead of just saying 1 by q, let's take it as p by q. So if we take it as p by q, our expression will become cos theta. We just directly take it like this, what will happen? We'll get only one value. We want multiple values, so 2 pi r plus I sin theta plus 2 pi r to the power of p by q. Now what happens? The Morse theorem, cos p by q times theta plus 2 pi r plus I sin theta plus 2 pi r p by q. And now we just substitute the value of r starting from 0, 1, 2 and so on up to q minus 1. So let's see again in general what the form of these roots will be. If r is equal to 0, we will end up with cos p theta by q plus I sin p theta by q. If r is equal to 1, we will have cos p by q theta plus 2 pi plus I sin p by q theta plus 2 pi. If r is equal to 2, cos p by q theta plus 2 times 2, 4 pi plus I sin p by q theta plus 2 pi. So if an angle goes beyond 2 pi, we can bring it down to the reference angle between 0 minus 2 pi to 2 pi, and like this we can keep doing it, and our general expression will become r equal to q minus 1. So this will become cos p by q theta plus 2 times q minus 1 pi plus I sin p by q theta plus 2q minus 1 pi. If you can remember it, fine. Even if you don't remember it, understand the concept so that you can very quickly derive it. Now, in the problem we solved, we were directly asked to find the cube roots of minus 1. But what if we are given an equation to solve? Say x to the power of 4 minus x cube plus x square minus x plus 1 equal to 0. Okay. So let's see what happens. Instead of looking at trying to factorize this, let's look at x to the power of 5 plus 1. Now this can be factored into x plus 1 times x to the power of 4 minus x cube plus x square minus x plus 1 equal to 0. So this is a product of these two factors. If we are able to find the factors of this, from that we remove minus 1, the remaining roots will be the roots of this factor, which is what we require. So let's see. X to the power of 5 plus 1 equal to 0, which means x to the power of 5 equal to minus 1, which means x is equal to minus 1 to the power of 1 by 5. And now we know how to find the fifth roots of minus 1. Let x be equal to cos pi is minus 1 plus I sin pi, which is 0 to the power of 1 by 5. So which gives us this will only give us one value. We want 5 values. So cos pi plus, and apply the De Morse theorem at the same time, 1 by 5 pi plus 2 pi r plus I sin 1 by 5 pi plus 2 pi r. Now that we have this, r will go from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's do the substitutions. R is equal to 0 gives us cos pi by 5 plus I sin pi by 5. Okay. R is equal to 1 cos pi plus 2 pi. So 3 pi by 5 plus I sin 3 pi by 5. R is equal to 2 cos pi plus 4 pi. So that is 5 pi by 5 plus I sine 5 pi by 5. Here 5 cancels out. So we have cos pi plus I sine pi. R is equal to 3. We get cos 3 to 6 plus 1 7. 7 pi by 5 plus I sine 7 pi by 5. And finally R is equal to 4 cos, now we know the pattern, 9 pi by 5 plus I sine 9 pi by 5. Okay, when R equal to 3 and 4, if you notice here, the numerator has become bigger than the 7 is greater than 5, 9 is greater than 5. So what we can do is subtract 2 pi from this. What do we get? We get cos 7 pi by 5 minus 2 pi plus I sine 7 pi by 5 minus 2 pi, which gives us cos 5 to 10, 10 minus 7 3, so minus 3 pi by 5 plus I sine minus 3 pi by 5, which is equal to cos 3 pi by 5 minus I sine 3 pi by 5. So we have 3 pi by cos 3 pi by 5 plus I sine 3 by pi by 5, and we have minus. So these two are plus or minus conjugates. Similarly, what we can do is look at this 9 pi by 5. So cos 9 pi by 5 minus 2 pi plus I sine 9 pi by 5 minus 2 pi, which gives us cos 5 to 10, so minus pi by 5 plus I sine minus pi by 5, which gives us cos pi by 5 minus I sine pi by 5. So in other words, the roots of x to the power of 5 plus 1 equal to 0 are, what are they? They are cos pi by 5 plus or minus I sine pi by 5. Two roots. And we have cos 3 pi by 5 plus or minus I sine 3 pi by 5. And we have minus 1. Actually, this minus 1 we are getting not from here, we are getting it from one of the values here, cos pi plus I sine pi. This is equal to cos pi is minus 1 plus 0, which is minus 1. So we have got 5 roots of x to the power of 5 plus 1. Now x to the power of 5 plus 1, this root is specific to x to the power of 5 plus 1. That means the remaining are the roots of x to the power of 4 minus x cube plus x square minus x plus 1 equal to 0 are cos pi by 5 plus or minus I sine pi by 5. Cos 3 pi by 5 plus or minus I sine 3 pi by 5. So this is how we utilize De Moivre's theorem to figure out the higher roots of a number. Okay, let's do one more example to understand the beauty of this. Let's say third one. Let's say we have to figure out the cube root of or cube roots of a type. What do we do? Somehow we have to write it in cos plus I sine form. So let's write this I first. So this can be written as real part will be 0. So for what value of cos, for what value of theta is cos 0? It is cos pi by 2 is 0 plus I sine pi by 2. Check whether sine pi by 2 is 1. Yes, it is 1. So we have I. This is 0. Fine. If I say 8 here, now what happens? I need to multiply this 8 entire thing by 8. Now we require cube roots of this. So 1 by 3, which means 1 by 3 for the entire thing. Now we know cube root of 8 is 2. But the cube root of the expression inside the bracket is going to be cos. First let's generalize this. 1 by 3 pi by 2 plus 2 pi r plus I sine 1 by 3 pi by 2 plus 2 pi r. Okay. So now what do we do? Let's actually substitute the values of r. So let's say r is equal to 0. Cube root means what? R will be 0, 1 and 2. So when r is equal to 0, what happens? 2 times cos 1 by 3 times pi by 2 plus I sine 1 by 3 times pi by 2, which gives us 2 cos pi by 6 plus I sine pi by 6. Now cos pi, and this should be there inside the bracket because this 2 is applicable to both the terms. So now 2 times cos pi by 6 is root 3 by 2 plus I sin pi by 6 is 1 by 2. So if we take 2 inside, we end up with root 3 plus I. So that is one of the roots. Now r is equal to 1. Then what happens? 2 times cos 1 by 3 times pi by 2 plus 2 pi plus I sine 1 by 3 pi by 2 plus 2 pi, which gives us 2 cos 4 pi 5 pi 5 pi by 6 plus I sine 5 pi by 6. 2 times. Now cos 5 pi by 6 is minus root 3 by 2 plus I sine 5 pi by 6 is 1 by 2, which gives us minus root 3 plus I. Okay. Now R is equal to 2. Here what happens? 2 times cos 1 by 3 times pi by 2 plus 4 pi plus I sine 1 by 3 pi by 2 plus 4 pi. Now let's simplify this. 2 times cos 1 by 3 times 4 to 8, 9 pi by 2 plus I sine 1 by 3 times 9 pi by 2. So 3 threes, 3 threes. So we get 2 times cos 3 pi by 2 plus I sine 3 pi by 2, which gives us, again if we want to reduce further, we can do that. 3 pi by 2 is, cos 3 pi by 2 is 0. Sine 3 pi by 2 is minus 1 times I is minus I. So which means 2 minus 2I. Now if you want, you can always verify it. Minus 8I cube, which is 8I, right? Similarly, you can multiply each of these roots 3 times to figure out whether the roots are correct or not. Okay, let me very quickly do it. Minus root 3 plus I minus root 3 plus I minus root 3 plus I, which gives me 3 minus root 3I minus root 3I plus I square. which gives me 3 minus 2 root 3I minus 1. Remember, we still have this minus root 3 plus 1. Minus root 3 plus 1. Okay, which gives me 2 minus 2 root 3I minus root 3 plus 1. Now, this is I, which is equal to 2. I can take it out. 1 minus root 3I minus root 3 plus I. 2 times, what do I get? Minus root 3 plus I minus into minus plus 3I minus root 3I square, which gives me 2 minus root 3 plus 4I plus root 3. So these two get cancelled and we are left with 4 2's 8I. Okay, now you might be wondering, we are just looking at straightforward examples of complex numbers or minus 1. So let's try to figure out the fifth root of 32, and we need 5 roots, right? Straightforward, we know one of the roots is going to be 2, right? 2 to the power of 5 is 32. But let's follow this particular method and see how we can figure out. Now, 32 can be written as 32 times 1, right? So 1 would be cos 0 plus I sine 0, 1 by 5. Yes. Now this can be written as 32 and this will be 1 by 5. 1 by 5. This can be written as cos 0 plus 2 pi r. So we don't have to write 0 plus I sine 2 pi r, 1 by 5, which is equal to 2 times cos 2 pi r by 5 plus I sine 2 pi r by 5. Okay, so r will be 0 1 2 3 4 because we are talking of fifth root. So when r is equal to 0, what do we get? We get 2 times 0, so cos 0 I sine 0, which is equal to cos 0 is 1. 1 times 2 is, we have already found the most apparent one. Now let's do 1. R is equal to 1. So this becomes 2 times cos 2 pi r. R is 1. So 2 pi by 5 plus I sine 2 pi by 5. Yes, R is equal to 2. 2 times cos 2 times 2, 4. So 4 pi by 5 plus I sine 4 pi by 5. Now what we can do is directly say plus or minus by keeping in mind the reference angle. Okay, so we don't have to do 3 and 4. If you want, you can go ahead and do it, and then when you reduce it, you will come back to this itself, which we have seen in one of the earlier examples. So these are the 5 roots of 32 to the power of 1 by 5. I think that's enough. Bye.